Imagine you are standing on an open plain 100,000 years ago. The sun is low, the grass is tall, and your friend is walking a few steps ahead of you. Then the grass moves, not like wind, not like a bird. Something heavier is hiding there. You see a flash of spotted fur, low behind the bushes. Your friend does not. In that moment, you need to tell him something very specific. Do not walk forward. There is a predator in the grass to your left, but there is no word for predator, no word for left, no word for stop, no grammar, no sentence, no shared vocabulary. So what can you do? You scream. That is where this story begins, not with poetry, not with myths, but with a raw sound from a frightened body. Sound came long before speech. Birds call, wolves howl, chimpanzees scream, and many animals warn one another when danger appears. Some calls are not random noise. Vervet monkeys, for example, use different alarm calls for different predators. One call makes the group climb into trees. Another makes them look up for danger from above. Another makes them scan the ground. These sounds carry information, but this is also where the real mystery begins. Human language did not start simply because our ancestors made sounds. Animals already did that. It did not start simply because sounds had meaning. Some animal calls already do. The deeper question is this: how did a sound escape the moment? A monkey can warn others that danger is here now. Humans learned to talk about danger that was here yesterday, or might return tomorrow. Animal calls are powerful, but they are usually tied to the immediate scene. Danger now, food now, fear now, anger now. Human language broke that boundary. It learned to point beyond the present. With language, you can talk about a river that is not visible, a path behind a hill, a person who has left, a mistake from last season, or a plan for tomorrow morning. That shift changed everything. But before humans could speak about invisible things, they needed a simpler skill, making another mind look where their mind was looking. This may be why the story of language does not begin only in the mouth. It may also begin with the hand. A scream says, "I am afraid." A point says, "Look there." One broadcasts emotion. The other directs attention. Pointing seems simple because we use it constantly, but it is not simple at all. A finger is just a finger. For pointing to work, the other person must understand that the gesture is not about your hand. It is about something beyond your hand. You know what you see. You know your friend does not see it, and you try to move his attention toward the same object. That is shared attention. It is one of the foundations of human communication. Once a gesture can stand for something else, a sound can begin to do the same. At first, the sound may have needed the gesture. You see the predator, you cry out, and you point. The next time, the same kind of sound appears with the same kind of animal. Repetition begins to build a link. Over time, a sound can stop being pure emotion and become a label. Not a modern word like leopard, but a repeated sound tied to a repeated thing. A sound for water. A sound for fire, a sound for meat, a sound for snake, a sound for come, go, stop, give, or hide. Once a group begins to use the same sound for the same thing, the world changes. You no longer need to drag someone to the river. You can make the sound for water. You no longer need to show the predator directly. You can make the sound for leopard. You no longer need to pull someone back with your hands. You can tell them to stop. A sound has become a tool for moving information from one mind into another. But one word is limited. If someone says meat, what does it mean? I found meat. Give me meat. This meat is mine. The meat is spoiled. A label can point to a thing, but it cannot explain the relationship between things. Human life is made of relationships. Who did what? Who gave food to whom? Where the danger is? Which child is missing? Which tool belongs to which hunter? And who can be trusted. So words had to combine, not yet full modern sentences, but useful fragments. Leopard, left, stop. You, give, meat, child. Water, there. Do not go. This kind of early proto-language would have sounded crude, but it would have been powerful. One word can warn. Two words can locate. Three words can coordinate a group. Coordination may be one of the main reasons language became so valuable. A single human is not especially dangerous compared with large predators. We have no claws, no fangs, and we are not the fastest animal on the plain. But a communicating group is different. One person can drive an animal left, another can wait near the trees, someone can watch the children, someone can carry tools, someone can remember where the tracks were found yesterday. Without language, a group is often just a crowd. With even simple language, a group becomes a system. Speech turns reaction into planning. Planning turns weak bodies into organized strategy. And organized strategy creates a new kind of animal, one that survives not by being stronger than the world, but by coordinating minds inside it. Tools pushed language even further, making a stone tool sound simple, strike one rock with another, and create a sharp edge. In reality, it requires the right stone, angle, force, and sequence. If you hit too hard, the core breaks. If you hit the wrong place, nothing useful comes off. Demonstration helps. But words make teaching faster. A skilled maker can say, "Not that edge. Turn it, softer, again, or strike here." Small instructions can save years of trial and error. This is why language is more than expression. Language compresses experience. Without it, every generation must rediscover too much for itself. With it, one person's mistake becomes another person's shortcut. A child does not have to taste every poisonous berry. A young hunter does not have to survive every bad decision. Knowledge becomes portable. Humans also had to survive one another. In small groups without police, written law, or contracts, reputation mattered. Who shares food? Who helps when someone is injured? Who runs during danger? Who lies? In other primates, grooming helps maintain alliances, but grooming is slow. You can only groom one individual at a time. Speech may have worked like vocal grooming, a faster way to build bonds and exchange social information. Gossip was not just entertainment, it was memory, warning, and social regulation. Around the fire, language expanded again. Daytime talk may have focused on food, work, conflict, and plans. At night, when bodies were safer and the dark stood outside the firelight, people could tell stories. They spoke of ancestors, distant places, rules, jokes, spirits, dreams, and people who were not there. This is the final leap. Language became more than alarm. It became culture. A warning could become a legend. A mistake could become a lesson. A dead person could become an ancestor. A place could become sacred or forbidden. Humans did not move from screaming to speaking in one sudden invention. The path was probably a long chain of small upgrades. Emotional cries, alarm calls, gestures, pointing, shared attention, labels, combinations, commands, teaching, gossip, and stories. Somewhere along that chain, sound became a device for carrying memory, technique, trust, rules, imagination, and time. The first scream only said, "I am afraid." A point said, "Look there." A label said, "Leopard." A sentence said, "Do not go there." A story said, "Yesterday there was a leopard near that place, so tomorrow we take another path." That is the distance between noise and language.